Yo, what is up, guys? James Carter TV here to give you my NFL Week 15 picks and predictions. Oh wait, Week 16 picks and predictions. That sounds more like it. I know I haven't made picks for the past 3 weeks, but for those of you that are in the James Carter TV Picks Challenge can see that I've really heated up over the past 3 weeks. Last week I went 11-5. The week before that I went 13-3, and the week before that I went 12-4. So your boy has been heating up. I've been getting these games right. Why? Because I finally have a good understanding of each team and how good they are. And I don't know, it took me a while to get going, but finally I'm going now, and I think I have a big week upcoming. This looks like an easy week, but I think there's still some upsets here, and if I can hit on these upsets, then I may be able to be 13-3, 14-2, around that range. I'm very confident about this week. So with that said, let's start with tonight's game between the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders in Oakland on Thursday Night Football. Now, the San Diego Chargers, it's no secret, this is a bad season for them. Phillip Rivers and this offense haven't been putting up much of any points, and the defense hasn't been stopping anyone from putting up points. And they're going to Oakland now. They lost to Oakland earlier this year. It was absolutely horrible. Yeah, they came back a little bit at the end of the game, but it was a horrible loss for them. So they'll be a little bit motivated to go to Oakland and win. But you have to pick the Oakland Raiders to win this football game. They're just the better team right now. They're at home. No upset here. Although it may happen, sure. Give me the Raiders to win at home. Next, we have the Washington Redskins at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles still have a chance to win the NFC East. I'm not buying it. I'm on the Redskins bandwagon. I think they win the NFC East. I think they clinch it this week. I think they go to Philadelphia and win on Saturday night in a game that will be huge for the NFC East implications. But with Odell Beckham being out for the Giants, they're in big trouble. I'll get into more of that later. This is a perfect opportunity for the Redskins to close it out. And even if they lose, they can still win it. But I think they'll close it out here because the Eagles just don't have as much going for them team chemistry-wise as the Redskins right now, because the Redskins enjoy playing with each other. They're having fun playing with each other, and they're going to win this game. And they don't have a DeMarco Murray on the sideline pouting like a little bitch. All right, next we have the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. The Panthers continue to be undefeated, and there's some Panther fans that are just blowing my mind, because every week, without any response from me, Panther fans keep going back to my preseason video where I had the Panthers going 6-10. At best case, I said was 8-8, and I know I was wrong for that. But I ask you, did you have the Panthers going 16-0? If you were a Panthers optimist, which you probably were if you're a fan of them, what did you think? You probably thought they were going to be 11-5, 12-4 at best. If you're a Panthers optimist, you thought that. I mean, 10-6, you'd be considered a Panthers optimist. So yes, I was wrong. But were you right? Anyway, so they're going to Atlanta, and they're going to beat Atlanta because, yes, Atlanta did win last week, but Atlanta, they're not a very good football team right now. The record may indicate that they're average. The record might indicate that they're 7-7, that they're mediocre. I'm not even sure that they're that. They've lost 6 of their past 7 games, and they're going to lose 7 out of their past 8 after this game. We have the Dallas Cowboys at the Buffalo Bills, and welcome to one of my upset specials of the week. The Buffalo Bills have issues in the front office, in the coaching staff, on the roster. And the roster is pretty good, I think, but except for the offensive line. The offensive line is an issue. And the Dallas Cowboys are a bad team without Tony Romo. I mean, without Tony Romo, they don't have a chance. But they've been sticking around in games, and Kellen Moore can do just enough to win a football game. And with all the issues that the Bills have, and with how strong the Cowboys defense has been this season, and it's been a good defense because they haven't allowed 40 points. Have they allowed 30 once? Maybe once they allowed 30 points. I mean, this has been a pretty good defense all year. I think they contain the Bills' offense. I think their issues in the front office and the organization is starting to come about and affect the football team. And I think the Cowboys go to Buffalo and sneak out a victory in Buffalo. We have the Chicago Bears at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bears, in mid-season, they were 5-6. I was like, hey, John Fox is doing a hell of a job. Adam Gase is doing a hell of a job. They're getting more wins than any of us expected them to get, except for me because I had them going 7-9. But now it looks like they'll be lucky to get to 7-9. They're 5-9. They're going to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's a better team right now. Yes, they got their ass kicked on Thursday Night Football. I don't care what the final score indicated. You got your ass kicked. But in Tampa Bay, Jameis Winston continuing to progress and become a better pocket passer in the NFL. He's going to win this game against Chicago. Unfortunately for Chicago, who they're looking more and more like the Bears are who we thought they were. All right, next we have the Cleveland Browns at the Kansas City Chiefs. If the Chiefs keep rolling, so many of us pronounce them dead after Week 6, I had the Chiefs being 8-8 this season, and at Week 6, when they're 1-5, I thought I was generous. Turns out I'm still gonna be wrong, but that's fine. You know, they got things going, they got things rolling. Can they win a playoff game, or 2, or 3, or 4? I don't know. We'll find out, but they're definitely going to win this one against the Cleveland Browns, who, I want to see how Johnny Manziel plays because he's looking more and more like he could possibly maybe be a franchise quarterback. I think you may have to, or no, not may, you will have to surround him with various weapons like Josh Gordon when he comes back. Hopefully he keeps his head on straight. I think you need to re-sign Travis Benjamin, and I think you need to go sign another wide receiver or draft another wide receiver in the draft because I think Johnny Manziel is going to need 3 really good weapons, and Gary Barnidge, let's not forget about him, in order for him to really be good. I don't think he's going to be able to carry your team alone. He's going to need a lot of help around him, and even with that help, he still may not be good. All right, next we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Detroit Lions. The Lions went to New Orleans. They won on Monday Night Football. Now they're hosting the San Francisco 49ers, who disappointed me not last week, but 2 weeks ago when I thought they were going to beat Cleveland. They didn't, so they're definitely not going to beat Detroit. In Detroit, give me Detroit to win in Detroit. There it is. All right, next we have the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. My Tennessee Titans. And let me tell you about the Tennessee Titans. They suck. They're going to get the #1 pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. They're going to lose their last 2 games. And Zach Mettenberger is going to continue to prove why the Tennessee Titans picked Marcus Mariota. I mean, people are wondering, why did the Titans pick Marcus Mariota? Well, you're about to find out yet again why. Because this guy's 0-8. Because this guy stinks. Because this guy cannot go a game without throwing an interception, and maybe 2, probably 2 in this one. He can't go a game without being absolutely clowned by J.J. Watt every time he faces the Houston Texans. I expect 2 sacks from J.J. Watt. I expect Zach Mettenberger to cry in the locker room. I expect the Texans to win and to win the AFC South. All right, next we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Miami Dolphins. I have the Colts winning this one. Now, really, it's going to come down to Week 17 for both of these teams. The Colts will win this one. The Colts will win next week, but I think the Texans will win out and win the AFC South. But in terms of this week against the Miami Dolphins, they're perplexing, but they're more bad than good. You know, they're more bad than mediocre. They have issues, and I don't know if I'm a coach why I want to go there. Ryan Tannehill is not looking good at all. I was considering putting him as a top 10 quarterback before the season. Now, forget that. He'll be lucky to be in the top 20, 25. So now with Ryan Tannehill playing as bad as he's been playing lately, the defense has issues, and a lot of these players are overpaid. There's some issues that you need to fix on that defensive side of the football. You still need to fix the offensive line. Lamar Miller is an upcoming free agent. This Dolphins job, you have a lot of work to do. I mean, the Chicago Bears, people thought that was a bad job. The Chicago Bears have a lot more going for them than the Miami Dolphins do. So I think there's a lot of issues in Miami, and if I'm a head coach or a potential head coach, I'm not that eager to go coach Miami right now because there's issues, mainly because Ryan Tannehill is not playing as well as he was playing last season or the season before that. Anyway, so I'm picking the Colts to win this game. I know they're starting they may be starting Charlie Whitehurst or whatever. I just can't pick Miami. I can't do it. And next, you have the New England Patriots at the New York Jets. Jets, Jets. I think the Jets will win this one. I think they'll upset New England. I think this AFC wildcard race is the most fascinating thing in the NFL right now. I don't know who's going to get in. Right now, I'm saying Steelers and I'm saying Chiefs because the Jets have two kind of tough games. This one's definitely tough. The next one kind of tough against Buffalo. So I'm not sure who's going to win that one, but I'm sure who's going to win this one. And then the Jets upset the Patriots. The Patriots are really good. I don't think they're 14-2 good. I think they're 13-3 good. I have the Jets winning this one. All right, next we have the Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. This game means a lot more to the Pittsburgh Steelers than it means to the Baltimore Ravens. The rivalry between the Steelers and Ravens is absolutely nothing. The Ravens did beat the Steelers, surprisingly, on whatever Monday night. Was it Monday night, Sunday night? I don't know what night it was, but they beat them. It was Thursday night, I think. I don't even know what night. It was a night. And the Ravens beat the Steelers on that night. This is not going to be the same case. The Steelers will beat the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, and they'll split yet again like they've been splitting for the past decade. All right, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints let me down. I'm sure they left you down last week when they hosted the Lions. They couldn't get it done. I'm not picking them to get it done. Now, the Jags suck, and I don't care that they're going to finish 6-10. I don't care. They suck. All right, period. When you lose to the Tennessee Titans, you suck. Period. So, with that in mind, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars going to New Orleans. New Orleans, though, is just disappointing. Drew Brees has a plantar fascia, and he's in utter pain. And I don't see Garrett Grayson or whoever the hell New Orleans backup is beating the Jacksonville Jaguars in their high-powered offense, as the New Orleans Saints defense blows. I mean, they have guys that I haven't heard of, and I know each and every starting player in the NFL. I mean, I really do. And I don't know who the hell is starting for the New Orleans Saints half the time. Brandon Browner is the worst cornerback in the league. This guy has so many penalties. He can't even cover, even when just so bad. And Brandon Browner is so bad. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. We have the Green Bay Packers at the Arizona Cardinals. The Packers are my Super Bowl pick. And if they want to win the Super Bowl, please show me and win this game. I don't think they will. Give me the Cardinals to win this game, but I'm still holding on. Come on, Packers, prove me right. Win the damn Super Bowl. I'm not sure they will. All right, we have the Rams at the Seahawks. The Rams are winning games. Why? I don't know. Remember, the Rams, they had the 6th pick in the draft 2 weeks ago. They've won 2 straight games. They are now picking 18th. You've lost 12 draft positions because you continue to win games unbeknownst to anybody in the NFL, especially to Rams fans. So with this in mind, I'm picking the Seahawks because they're a better team. They're rolling. They're going. I remember mid-season I made my predictions and I had the Seahawks finishing 10-6. They were... what were they at the time? I think they were 4-3 at the time. So I had them finishing I think they were 4-4. I think they were 4-4 at the time. I had them finishing 10-6. I also had the Saints finishing 10-6, so I was wrong about that. And I couldn't decide which one I was going to pick to make the wild card, if it was going to be the Seahawks or the Saints. I picked the Saints. That was the wrong decision. But hey, I was right that the Seahawks would pick it up, that they'd start winning games, so I'll hold on to that as one prediction I'm proud of. All right, we have the New York Giants at the Minnesota Vikings. No Odell Beckham Jr., no chance. The Giants have 2 players, maybe 3, that are really above average players, and that's Eli Manning, occasionally, more often than not, Odell Beckham, and Jason Pierre-Paul when he has 2 hands. Now, right now, he doesn't have 2 hands. He has a hand and he has a boxing mitt. So, right now, I wouldn't put him in that category. But when one of those 2 great players or above-average players is gone, forget it. You've lost the game. The game's over. Minnesota's rolling. They're going to go to the playoffs. They're going to lose. Good for them. They have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Denver Broncos. A.J. McCarron versus Brock Osweiler. This is not what the NFL had planned when they wrote up the schedule, but it's still going to be a good game. And who's going to win this game? Give me the Broncos. Brock Osweiler, I think he should start the rest of the way. I think the Broncos could win the Super Bowl with Brock Osweiler. I don't know why we're even considering starting Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning has been the worst quarterback in the NFL thus far. And we've seen Matt Castle start, and we've seen Brandon Whedon start, and we've seen Brian Hoyer, and we've seen Matt Hasselbeck, and we've seen Charlie Whitehurst. And even with all of these quarterbacks that we have seen, I conclude that Peyton Manning has been the worst of them all. And yet, They're still considering starting Peyton Manning with his 9 touchdowns and 17 interceptions, as if he doesn't have any weapons to disposal. Oh wait, he does. He has Emmanuel Sanders, he has Demaryius Thomas, he has Vernon Davis, and yet he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. He is. So why they're even considering starting Peyton Manning is beyond me. Why Peyton Manning is considering starting is beyond me. And why Peyton Manning is considering playing next year is beyond God. Because even God cannot believe this. So with that said, I'm picking the Denver Broncos to win this game. Just because I like Brock Osweiler more than I like game manager A.J. McCarron. AJ McCarron to A.J. Green won't be good enough to beat the Denver Broncos. Chris Harris is pissed because he got clowned last week by Antonio Brown. Expect him to come back and play up this week for AJ Green and shut him down. All right, until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.